I wouldn't. Well, in grade school, I excelled academically, but eventually I realized that there were other more interesting things to focus on. Business wasn't really one of them, but along the way, since I'd been asked this question several times, I look back and I've had several episodes of enterprising moments which were done unconsciously, actually. Right. But in college, I went to school here, and being a provinciano from Cebu, of course, I had to augment my income if I wanted to take out ladies on a nice date or buy items that you see in the malls and everything. So I actually went around school in a backpack filled with T-shirts. Mm-hmm. So I would sell the T-shirts to my classmates in college.
Way back?
I wouldn't want to say way back, just way back.
Okay, okay, that makes you younger, sir. Where did the idea of coming up with an enterprise finally sink in?
After college, I was fortunate enough to have been given the gift to travel around abroad to Europe and to the US.
Where do you get that gift?
From my parents, actually.
Okay, maybe I should have the same parents as you have.
Maybe we have the same parents.
Okay.
You never know. But that was when since I was backpacking, and I've always had the penchant of keeping a memento of every place that I would go to. In the first few places that I would go to, I would buy a Mozart figurine or a nice book of the Louvre. And then I realized, since I was backpacking, that was pretty heavy. So I shifted from mementos like that to T-shirts, which were actually practical because they were great souvenirs. At the same time, they were a fantastic change of clothes.
Right.
So that was when, immediately after my international travel, I came back to the Philippines and did some traveling as well, and I went to places like Boracay, Camiguin, Baguio, and so on and so forth. And that's when I realized that the souvenirs in these beautiful places were relatively substandard.
Okay.
You know, is it like, for instance, I was in Baguio, and you know, Baguio is like one of the top tourist one of the top tourist destinations in the Philippines, and still is. Yet the souvenir industry at that time was still very substandard, as I've said. So I felt that there was an opportunity to get into something. Okay,
you started to love the idea with your wife?
No, not yet, not yet. I was that was just by myself.
Okay, yes. It's kind of weird. So you were conceptualizing it, and now you have the stores, and in fact, it's expanded, right? It's no longer just about the souvenirs. It's also about properties, and I have seen your what's the brand?
Islands Bangka Cruises. Yes, and a few other other entities that are still in the tourism and travel industry.
It has grown so fast. What's the key?
Well, I think the main key was that we were able to come up with a product that had already a big demand. We did not have to nurture a market. We did not even in the beginning have to launch a brand.
Right. Because it's
if I may share with you. On our first year alone, our sales increased by almost 400%. So what I'm trying to say is that the souvenir industry was such a ripe and thriving industry, and travel has always been there for the longest time, but nobody came up with a product that the travelers wanted.
Right, exactly. What's the biggest challenge when you started this?
Getting store spaces, actually, if I may be candid about it. The souvenir industry before in the Philippines and elsewhere in the world was always perceived as a cottage-type industry.
Okay.
And in the Philippines, a lot of the souvenirs were really handicrafts and woodwork. So if you go to the department stores, and that's when we started, or the malls, the woodworks and these handicrafts were really relegated to the back of the mall or in the 5th floor of the department stores. No? So, but we were trying to convince the department stores that we had a different concept here, as well as the malls. And a few malls were very receptive, and a department store, specifically in Cebu, the White Gold House, which is a Gaisano-owned store. Yes, we started in Cebu. We set up a cart and gave us a prominent space, and they saw our sales do very well. So after less than 6 months, they actually gave us an 80 square meter area.
My goodness, and that started it all.
That started it all, yes.
Okay, so let me ask you about the branding thing.
Okay.
Where did it come from? Islands, souvenirs.
Okay, well, going back again to the concept of souvenirs in the past, a lot of them were handicrafts and wood-made, no?
Right.
So, and many of the souvenirs were ethnic inspired.
Yeah.
I felt that the Philippines is an archipelago of more than 7,000
7,100
tropical islands, no? And
With high tide and low tide.
I forget which one is which, but the festive. I felt that the souvenirs did not project the festive and fun and colorful characteristics that the Philippines is known for.
Right.
So we were looking for words that would best describe the colorful and fun souvenirs that we made.
It's very simple, right? Islands, souvenirs.
Yeah, actually, very
That's it.
simple. Yes, yes. And when you think of the word islands or an island, there is a connotation of fun and travel.
Vacation.
Yes, yes, and
Very, very good. So in terms of, you didn't come from a family of rich.
well, we were very comfortable. I would say my parents were pretty comfortable, so I wouldn't declare my story as a rags to riches. We were very comfortable.
All right, but the idea is there, and you're just able to nurture it.
Yes, to nurture it and grow the
Along the
idea.
way.
Yes.
What kind of leader are you?
What kind of leader am I? I'd been told that I lead by inspiration and by vision. That when people see the vision and the values that come with that vision, I somehow am able to inspire people, not only to follow me, but to be their best as well.